what we have as we get down and talk about what crypto in real life really means, the best way to really sort of like describe it is to really walk through the stories of some of our panelists right here and where they're going and where they're getting at it. And so I guess I would start with the real. I got the real idea for this after having a conversation with both George and Micah about what they've been doing. And I want to start with Micah because I think we're going with the people who came from the furthest distance in order to be here from North Cyprus to here. So I figured we'd do that. So Micah, could you tell me a little bit about the story about this in real life experience that you guys are seeing with crypto? And I don't know if you want to start in Amsterdam or you want to start with the whole story. So just
Yeah. So I left Los Angeles in 2018 and started traveling. Put all my uh, furniture and everything in storage, and I left the United States and I ended up in Sweden for a while. And right away, I actually noticed that my crypto activity business became a lot easier. Regulations were, I was able to use a regular Binance account, and I was able to be part of things that I had a hard time accessing in Los Angeles. Then now I've been living in North Cyprus for a year, and the first experience, coming to North Cyprus, I knew they had, stores there, where you could walk in and you can actually, purchase crypto from a person behind a desk. And the first time I saw one was like excitement, because I had a conversation with a friend of mine a few years before that, and I said, I can see that at some point, and we were standing we were at a mall, an outside mall in Los Angeles called the Grove, and I said, one day there's going to be a place that you can walk in and you can do crypto transactions, be a crypto exchange place. And when that happens, like, I want it to be me. I want to be the person to do that. I don't know how, but I want to be the person to do that. So when I saw a crypto store, it was an event. I was looking at it, pointing at it, and it meant something. It meant something different than seeing it online. So being in North Cyprus for a while, what I've noticed is that crypto is it's access to do things much easier. The way that I ended up there was in 2019, I made an insane amount of profits in crypto. And my first notion was to secure some of it outside of the industry. And so a friend of mine, she was selling real estate in North Cyprus. And one of the ways to purchase real estate there is to do it with, with Bitcoin or stablecoin or whatever. So that's what I did. I bought a condo oceanfront condo with USDT. You know, and the experience was, compared to what I would have had to do to purchase that condo if I went the other route with using money, was what the difference between those two ways was a huge difference. So there's a lot of sales that happen with crypto in North Cyprus with real estate, and on top of that, there's students that are coming in from Africa. A lot of students from Africa there. The way that they get their money is crypto. There's a gaming industry there, lots of casinos, and the high rollers, when they come in, they're coming in from another country. So to come in, if they want to gamble with big money, how do they do that? Do they take a briefcase on the plane? So that's not possible. What are they going to do? Wire money to North Cyprus? No, they actually come in with a wallet full cryptocurrency. They go to the casino, they do the exchange, and you know, do what they do. I'm not a gambler, so I'm not promoting gambling at all, but that's a tool for them to do what they like to do. So all around the island, you see, we accept crypto, we accept Bitcoin, we accept this. Cars are being sold with it. So that society has really been for a while using it because of that it's convenient, because it's easier, because it costs less for them to do it, or even make things very possible. You know, with my situation, you know, I was able to go directly from crypto into real estate. So that was something that moved from my wallet, decentralized wallet, into real estate. If I sell my property in North Cyprus, their capital gains tax is 2.8%. So now that money is not inside of the EU or the United States. So financially, that was a very calculated thing that I did with my crypto.
So you felt like when you were doing it, you felt like you had gone into the future, you hit a button, you had a condo, and that was it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very easy.
It was
I'm not a, you know, I don't like contracts. I don't like paperwork. I don't like a lot of that complexity. Just stay away. I stay away from it. So the experience was that it was simple for me to do this transaction.
And so that simplicity, I mean, that is really what
Yeah.
you know, this is all about. This is this really interesting experience. So like when you take a look at that, that took you as a more advanced user of crypto and you were educated about how to do it. But like George, when you look at your experience, how you took where you were in crypto and how did you get to, you know, where you are with what the work you're doing? What was your experience that led you to this, where you are? Press it.
Hello, there we
There we
go.
go.
So, a little background about me to let you know what it took to get to this point and on stage and all that good stuff. So, 25 years of restaurants. That's what I've been doing. That's who I am. I'm a restaurateur. We've got 6 successful restaurants in the Phoenix area, my family and I. So I've got syrup in my blood because we're a breakfast restaurant. So I'm very ingrained in customer service. And in those 25 years, we've been developing real estate as a family, as brothers, growing up doing homes and commercial buildings. And in 25 years, we've got a lot of experience doing that. That's what I do for work. But what I do for fun is I'm a collector. I love collecting coins. I love collecting Roman coins. That's my passion, and also fine art. So I've been collecting fine art and specifically coins for 25 years. So in the last 4 years, as I became a crypto investor and learning the crypto game in 2017, uh, really got me excited in this new world. And just like you're saying, you know, like, wow, this is smart. This is easy. There's a lot of ways to apply this. And then I heard the word NFT in 2018, first time, right? And I realized how powerful a smart contract is, a smart contract behind an image. And it started clicking to me. I said, oh, wow, this is really beautiful. This is smart, amazing technology. I hope someday I can do something with this. And that's what I was thinking in the evening. The next day, I had an appointment at a building that I have in downtown, very rough part of town. It's a high crime area, and it's a corner on 22nd Street in Van Buren in Phoenix, East Phoenix. However, there is a lot of movement to make that area better. There's a lot of artists starting to come to the Van Buren corridor to improve the area. And, you know, reading those articles and being part of the art community in Phoenix, being a restaurant guy, being a real estate guy, looking at my building, learning about NFTs, I was sitting there and I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to turn my building into a living NFT. That's my passion. How can I turn this building into a space for all crypto curious and crypto native people to come and learn and be together and have a nucleus for us to be here. And then I was looking at the building. I said, well, how can an NFT project fund the club? And that's when I came up with the idea that the mural on the building, which is a Phoenix Rising, we're in Phoenix, and this is a historical building, and we're trying to bring economic prosperity to the neighborhood through art. So the depiction of a Phoenix Rising on the side of the building is what will be painted after our NFT drops later this week. So that money goes to the artist to put up the artwork. And so we opened up, we had our grand opening. So 2 years ago, I had this vision and had the idea for Club FOMO. And just 3 weeks ago.
Just for the record, Club FOMO, is FOMO head in the room, or he must be somewhere else? Oh, the Club FOMO. I just want to.
I love that place. I love, you know that. Yeah, it's a great place. We love the Santisi brothers. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's amazing. That's amazing. Good to see you here. That's wonderful. Yeah, and so the passion of wanting to cater and serve is I said, oh well, why don't we turn this into an event space, NFT art gallery, and that's what it is. It's a combination of NFT art gallery, event space, so we can have in real live events. However, what it does is it brings the international art community together in a brick and mortar community. We're combining the metaverse and in real life events. So I've got 2 designers out of London that are going to want to do their drop at our gallery. So it's an in real life event in America. They're going to have their party in London. So it's mixing the 2 worlds by having a real brick and mortar building, because in our industry, most of the clubs, you can join a lot of clubs, but they're all online, right? Or in the metaverse. So we've got a real in life club. And we had our first party 3 weeks ago, our grand opening party. And I've been friends with Snoop Dogg for about 15 plus years. And anytime he's in town, I have the privilege, or I get to hang out with him and hang out with his crew, which is so much fun. So that I coordinated my grand opening because Snoop was coming in town with Ice Cube and Warren G in this huge concert. I said, if I have my grand opening, maybe Snoop will stop by and give us some love, right? So unfortunately, or fortunately, he was very busy with some Zoom calls. So he sent his brother Bing and his son Cordell Brodus. And so Cordell Brodus is huge in the NFT space. And he brought his partner Shiv Jain. So we just had a great, and Wendy O, Crypto Wendy O showed up to the party. So we had some celebrities there. We got some international attention for that. And it was a really exciting event. And we're looking forward to being a pop-up. That's our next step now, is we're going to do pop-up events where you buy an NFT to enter to watch the DJ or the performance.
That's awesome. So this is really what we're getting at. So Ben, we talked a little bit yesterday. If you hadn't seen Ben's conversation yesterday, it's about real life. It's about a real life experience and taking things to the metaverse. So tell us a little bit about your experience, this whole real life, the touch between real life and those things happening.
All right. So I've been in this space for over a decade. And one of the things I really dislike about this web3 economy is shitcoins. I don't like trash being generated and diluting the ecosystem. Some of the NFT projects take like the path of the early ICO stages, where there is a creation of something that doesn't really drive utility. People are buying that just for the sake of flipping it and making money. Don't see anything bad about that. But I wanted to create something that can be used, that people are buying to actually do something with that, use it, dispose of that, and then they can go ahead and buy again. I don't want someone to buy my NFT in order to sell it later and make more money. So looking at that approach, I was thinking, okay, what real utility can I go ahead and bring to NFTs? How can I go ahead and make that cool JPEG on top of a smart contract something more than it was intended to be? How can I take that with something that's called PermaWeb, which sit on our wave, and create a new experience? And so was born Memory Garden. COVID was hitting, all doom and gloom, thinking about death a lot, family. I'm originally from a different country, so I couldn't go and visit people who passed away. And I was wondering, how can I go ahead and use that Web3 economy smart contracts to go ahead and honor my ancestors, those who passed away, and those who I can go and visit during funeral, wakes, or anything as such. And so Memory Garden was born. It was taking an NFT and seeing how can I go ahead and pour into that NFT my personalized content, my memories, put it inside that NFT, and then it's mine at that point. If someone really want to go and buy my memories, he can go ahead and do that. But the uniqueness around what we did is that once you put your payload inside that, nobody will want to buy that at that point. And then the payload and the structure are all tied together. And now you really have an NFT that ties to something that who you were or another person was, which is tying reality to a smart contract and the underlying storage behind that.
Amazing. So, I mean, all these experiences really are something that really help us understand like where you can go. I mean, when we sit in these conversations, we have a session on innovation, a session of what we can do, but what's really understanding is like when you make it touch real people, when you make this touch real people and make sense. So Micah or Ray, let me know. So when how are you seeing crypto happen, like in some of your projects, when you have people just come off the street and talk to you in some of your places, the places that you have, when they go and talk about how to get started in crypto, how to do those things, and could you tell us a little bit about that and the stories that you have?
Yeah. One quick background on myself. I came into the space early 2016, and we've known each other since '06, and just kept in touch here and there. And I remember he posted on Facebook early '06 an article. It was the first time I've heard of the word crypto. Did not know what it was. He posted an article on Facebook. It was a European article about one world economy, this and that. And for some reason, it struck me, and I read it, and it just totally slapped me. I was like, it had such an impact on me. Where I DM'd him, and I'm like, hey, what is this? What is this? I said, if this article is half right, what the future holds is unreal. I couldn't believe this article, and we started talking. Remember that? We started talking, and I said, "What is this Bitcoin? What is And talk to me, because I am not a techie person, right? I am not a techie person. I've learned some things, and I think that helps me with the newer people coming into our community. So, long story short, he helped me open my first wallet. He was very patient. The first time I sent a few $100s into a platform, I almost threw up. It was just my stomach was just in. Who felt that?
Yeah, who has not? Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
butterfly. I was just like, I'm literally about to throw up, dude. Like, this is so weird. And I felt, yeah, I felt. No, I wasn't lying. I said, and I felt like it was weird when I sent it. It was like because there wasn't a bank involved. It felt like I was doing something illegal. I thought something was gonna knock on my door in a few minutes or something. It was just the weirdest emotional experience, and I've always kept that within me. I've tried not to lose that, because as time went on, we went to platforms, we got scammed. Who's been scammed in this industry? Had two hands right there. And we've learned, we've gotten better at looking at those and this and that, until finally it was about a little over a year and a half ago. We were in platforms, we were learning. I was learning a lot from him and what was going on, until finally he called me up, and he says, I got an idea. He says, let's start a crypto community, because I was telling him I was getting frustrated, because I would see things on YouTube. I would see some people, this is my opinion, kind of take advantage of a lot of the fear of the people that wanted to come into the crypto space but didn't know how. They would charge, $5,000, $8,000, 10,000 for learning the basic stuff that he taught me in one day. And I was like, I had a challenge with that. And I would talk to him and go, how many people are paying those people, So finally he says, let's start a crypto community. We're going to show them, safety, how to come into this space, buy a little crypto, download wallets, teaching about cold store wallets, all that stuff. And here's the capper: we're not going to charge a penny. And I was like, and because I was like, wow, what are we going to charge for this? as he was talking, he goes, "We're not going to charge a penny, and you have to be referred by somebody to come in. We're going to do Saturday morning Zoom calls, and we're going to find platforms, hopefully safe platforms that they can invest in slowly, baby steps, where they can earn a few bucks a day. He goes, I don't care if they're earning $10 a day, $10 to $10 a day, and let's just get him started." And he goes, "Let's see where it goes." I said, "I'm in. I love that. I am in. I am in." And the first few calls, it was just me and him, just talking to each other, until slowly, people started inviting, and now we have, hundreds of people worldwide that are plugging in. We built an awesome community, and I am continuously. I always think of how I felt coming into this space, because we have great group participation. When somebody came in, this was, the last year and a half, somebody came in, somebody would book a Zoom with them in the community, spend about an hour with them, onboard. We call it onboarding to, here are the 3 wallets we'd like you to start off on, where they do a screen share on Zoom, like walking, hand holding.
I mean, and that's the real cool part about it. I mean,
Yeah.
but the in real life, the concept of like some of the cafes we were talking about, how's that going in terms of getting people walking in off the street and all those
Oh
things?
yeah, you want to talk on that? I mean,
That's
as far as what we're doing with our NFT, and it's
Yeah. So, because we talk about having more people join into crypto and support the movement, as we call it, and we all see that it's going to.
There you go. Swap it out.
The more, okay, more people we have involved, and the more it grows, the more this technology can take over and help humanity, really. So storefronts, as I said. So I ended up, I came off the plane in Cyprus, and I said, I'm here for a bigger reason. I had bought an apartment. I actually ended up selling a few apartments there, but I said, there's something else bigger. Walked into a room, and then there was this man talking about having storefronts all over the world. And it was really his, and what he was saying to me and educated me on is that, the masses, the people of us that are here now, we're a certain kind of person that we found this industry early. We had the courage, we're entrepreneurial, we're just that kind of person. But the rest and the bigger group, the way that they're going to find their way in is because they need something. And so the stores and the store model that our company has is to be able to be face to face with those people who need that. And we kind of needed that as well, but it's someone that they can actually talk to, go in, get KYC'd, a place they can go get educated and get into the industry. And the first step into the industry, we talk about all these advanced things, and dealing with the community, I realized how long it had been until since I was that person, and I forgot about what that was like. And I think maybe it's easy for us because we talk about all these advanced things. The first step was that wallet, and the wallet to me was some Ether online thing. And it was completely, I was like, what is this, So to get people in real life into the store, to do the KYC, to get their first coin into a wallet, the face-to-face experience is really how that's going to happen, for the masses. And then to be able to have a device in a store where you can then actually, buy a jacket with crypto is the step that I think that's going to bring crypto into real life. Because in real life, throughout the day, we've all spent money in this city, and it's all fiat. We want a world where we're not doing that, where we're actually spending crypto in all the places, and we're using this technology in our everyday life, paying bills and everything.
Ben?
So I think friction is a big thing in regard to crypto and Web3 in general, especially when you're trying to talk about networks that are lower cost to operate. For example, Polygon. If a US resident today want to go ahead and buy an NFT on Polygon, he has to go to one of the exchanges, buy Matic token, maybe buy some USDC. The problem that when you go to those exchanges and you're going to try to withdraw your USDC over Polygon or over Arbitrum over optimism, you'll find out that most of the exchanges do not support that. So onboarding users and customers into low cost network is still a barrier of entry. There are new products out there in the market, and my company is adopting one of them that allows onboarding of users that don't need to have any crypto in the wallet. All you do is you log in with an email, you get generated a wallet, and the minting and all that onboarding is being done by the custodial wallet of the product. So we wanted to make it super easy for an 80 years old person with zero experience with crypto that only knows Facebooks and WhatsApp. He can go into our product, log in. The second he logs in, we create him a wallet. That wallet is now his. He goes and he funds a transaction with a credit card, but he gets crypto on the other side. So creating that ease of use and have that on-ramp to bring money into the ecosystem with ease and with minimal friction was something that we saw as a critical point for our success.
I think, we're going to go back to friction, but George, so one of the areas I'm really interested in are like artists in crypto, and it's been shown to me over and over again that sometimes artists don't think like everybody else, right? So when you look at artists and going into crypto, I mean, sometimes the artists I've talked to, the friction is even greater getting into crypto, getting into wallets. I mean, what have you seen with some of the people in the artist community as you talk about what you're doing in your space and as you're educating them?
Yeah, absolutely. It's very interesting because we're onboarding artists at the cafe. I call it the cafe, at the club, because it's not a nightclub, it's a private club, right? So we've been onboarding artists. Some are 20 years old, some are 80 years old, and it's very interesting to get their perspective. So we've got a 20-year-old graffiti artist, and he does his graffiti. He does really, really great work, and he sells it for $400 or $500. It takes him, 3 or 4 hours to do a job, right? So what he's done with us is he's got the whole back wall, and he's just made a beautiful, beautiful mural. And we've onboarded him and taught him and developed his project. So now that's on OpenSea. So we've taught him and we've got him onboarded, and he's now selling his artwork. We're working with a gentleman named Jeff Lowe. He's 83 years old, and he's proud of that. And he's a traditional artist, and he's always sold his art to people he knows, and now through Facebook for the last 10 years. However, now he has sold his first piece of art through Club FOMO, because it's on our wall and there's a QR code and it zaps you right there. And he can't believe it. He's just absolutely stunned. He's stunned that somebody in Tokyo bought a piece, so he was really excited about that. And they are now friends through their social media, and he's chatting to him, and he keeps me updated on that. So it's just interesting to see how artists are taking this. A lot of them almost don't like it until they understand really what a smart contract is. That's just once they, because they see all these different images and JPEGs and everything's kind of weird, and they're like, what is this? But when you explain what a smart contract is and how it works, and you see that light bulb, it's like, oh wow, okay, I get it. Now I understand. That Jeff said that. He's like, oh wow, I used to sell my paintings for $5,000-6,000. Now he sells his paintings for $40,000 or $50,000. And he doesn't get a commission back on those paintings, but he will now through his NFTs. So it's really exciting to onboard people, as well as we do something called First Fridays. The first Friday of the month, we have a in real life event, and we invite all the crypto curious to teach them how to download wallets, not to be afraid of crypto, and then moreover to have fun. We have an open mic night because we are a club and we want to have a good time at Club FOMO. So we want to find Phoenix's and international the best talent. We want slam poetry, we want comedians, we want musicians to come in, display their talent so we can work with them and create NFTs. So it's been really, really exciting. And
I love that. I'm thinking now that we can actually have art night in our centers.
Well, exactly.
I'd like to talk to you about that.
Yeah, I've got an artist out of Beirut where he is going to do his NFT drop at our club. So he's having an in real life event. He can't make it to his own event because he's having an event there in the metaverse. So that's how that's how Club FOMO is mixing in real life events. So any designer in the world can do a drop, and we have a fashion designer that wants to do a drop in our Club FOMO as well. So it's really bringing in the real life, having a little cocktails and some drinks, but then also watching monitors and putting on your Oculus and watching a party in Paris. So it's been quite exciting, and Club FOMO is working and has been working for a year and a half on a project called Street of Dreams, because Van Buren, where the original Club FOMO is, used to be called the Street of Dreams. Now it's called the Street of Broken Dreams because of all the crime and so on and so forth. Through prosperity, we want to bring back the Street of Dreams, and that's our first NFT. And what we're doing, we're providing a super high utility NFT, in real life, high value NFT. And what it is that the Super Bowl 2023 will be hosted in Phoenix, Arizona, in 9 months, right? So we have an NFT that entitles the holder to the NFT that's going to drop on Thursday for a private mint, public on Friday. So the holder gets the entitlement to the club for 72 hours. So, and the NFT is a $25,000 NFT, and that might sound expensive, but it's actually very affordable, because to rent a club in Phoenix during the Super Bowl is a minimum of $50,000 to $75,000. So we've got different interested parties that want to host. Remember the Super Bowl last year? You have Crypto.com and FTX, and all these people are going to be advertising, and they're going to be in the Phoenix metro area. So they're going to want to control Arizona's only NFT art gallery and host their events, and that's who this NFT might end up with. And a couple of sponsors have reached out because they want to do in real life events as well as metaverse events. So,
I mean, the concept of taking, like, this is the imagination. You stretch it out. I mean, it doesn't have to be incredibly big. It just has to be incredibly real and visceral, and that people are doing it. I mean, I think everything from having an in-person cafe or center, I think you're burying the lead. The fact that you have a place, a storefront where people can come in, work with a coin specialist, is it?
Yeah.
And work and do that in real life, and do all the things that we need to do. Do all the things that you need to do. Those are the real life experiences. But what you all describe are ways to really collapse the friction in the process by going right in with a credit card, to come right in to get where you need to be, to sit with somebody and work with them, and to work with that. So in terms of, like, so as we're wrapping up these 11 minutes, I mean, when you're looking at friction in this space, especially from your in real life experience, and we'll start down with you, Mike. What are you looking at the way to collapse the friction to make it even smoother, like in your projects, as you see what you're doing, to make the friction between mass adoption and making things happen in real life?
Well, well, this is a system that was built by Hakan, on what he's doing with this, and I came in to say, just say, this is great. I'm your number one fan. Let me help. But it's really that the network of locations. It's the power of that, to put a store in every city, to put a center in every city in the world, that it speaks a message to the person that crypto is real. It's brick and mortar. It's here, and so they walk by every day, and they may not go into the store, but the next email they may get saying, "Hey, here's what's going on." Now they're connecting those two, and it makes it real for that person. So being in the street in front of people, it's different, because we get so much coming at us on the emails and internet, that which one do I click on, and who's going to advise me on this. So after walking into the store and talking to someone, then all of that other exposure and approach becomes more real for that person. That's my sort of take on it. And so we're helping by creating an NFT, where we're actually giving ownership away to our exchange through the NFT collection. So that's an NFT backed by the sales that our exchange is doing in all, terminals and stores and online. And given access, but really making it real by having a store in front of people as they're walking down the street, I think is a big step.
Yeah.
You hear me?
Ray, you want to try?
Sure. To me, it's real simple. Promote community. It is hard to be a lone ranger in this space out there. God, when I run into a lone ranger, I'm like, you need to be with us. To be a lone ranger in this, I can imagine. I had this guy from day one, thank God. But as we grew, it was together. It was I wouldn't have lasted 2 weeks if I was a lone ranger. So to me, to me, it starts and ends with a community.
Thank you. So absolutely. Agreed. Community is the key. May it be in the metaverse, online, or in real life. And we're discussing in real life community, and it's a challenge because we do have people coming to the club that know nothing, and for one reason or another, some people have a negative attitude about crypto and NFTs, but they're still there for a reason. Why are they coming to the club? It's because they want to learn. They want to be a part of the community, but some people are just a little, like, they want to barely stick their little toe in. And I'm seeing that at the club, which is really cool because we can break them in and show them different, aspects of the industry, which we've done. And I think that community and education is the key. And also, a little off subject, I just want to talk to any project developer out here while I have the mic. I've been doing this particular project for 1.5 years, and I have struggled. It's been so difficult. Some things in life come easy, and a lot of times when things come easy, it feels right. Like, okay, great, this is working out really well. And sometimes when I take on a project and do something and I come up against a wall, I say, well, this isn't meant to be. But with this project, I came up with so many walls, so many hurdles. So if you're out there and you're feeling this, don't think in your mind saying, okay, well, it's just not meant to be, there's too many hurdles. No, break those hurdles down, work 20 hours a day, whatever it takes, put your passion into it. I really encourage it. It's an amazing industry. I've wanted to give up about 4 different times, and I didn't, and I haven't. And the people around me have told me, George, you know what? You are now an epitome of your own project. You are the Phoenix Rising. You have been knocked down so many times. You've been beat up and kicked in this industry, but you still get up. So I just wanted to give that word of encouragement. Anyone that's having a hard time, just stick with it.
Well, for me, it's a lot about reducing prerequisites. I don't want and require people to come with knowledge from home, come with crypto from home. I want them to be able to use my platform with the existing tooling and what they have at hand. And the second one is simplification of taxation, because in the US, at least for us, if you're using your ETH or your Matic to buy an NFT, that's a taxable event. When you're having the on-ramp and you're buying that with fiat, it's not a taxable event. So I want to make it stupid simple for my users to buy, acquire, and use the product.
No, look, I got this handled. Okay. So if anybody has, we have 5 minutes. Anybody have any questions about this? Or I do want to acknowledge the fact that I tried to reach out to, was it Naja Roberts, but I just couldn't get to the right person, because that's another group of people going around in real life, creating these places where people can learn not only about technology, but about blockchain and everything else in different underserved areas and what they're doing there. So I did try to reach out, and so if you know, we'll try to do that. But if anybody has any questions about what is it?
We have 5 stores in North Cyprus, and we have 1 store in the heart of Amsterdam, and we are opening our 2nd European store in Berlin in the next couple of weeks. How they're going? North Cyprus, that's where we tested, and we've had an average transactional volume of 500,000 a day in those stores. Amsterdam, from day one, we're over 100,000 euros a day in transactional volume. That's without any advertising at all. So that's just doors open, people walking by. So from the growth of our awareness campaign, which will come in June, we believe our stores will easily have transactional volumes, 200,000-300,000 a day. So it's going really well, really well.
And so to add to that, I heard about some coffee that was on the way. What's the
Yeah. Well, I thought it was fun, because it's like you said, it's educational center, people coming in, staying for a while, learning. We want to have metaverse equipment there so people can engage with education and all this fun stuff. And it's going to be coffee, so we created a crypto Java, from non-fungible beans, FOMO blend, FUD blend, so and we have a little bean on the package, so his name is How You Bean. So so we have that, and that just got delivered the other day. So we're also going to have which I think for me is have swag, crypto swag, different shirts with crypto logos and all kinds of cool stuff to wear. So just helping with the culture of it. I think it's also big to put the culture out into the society, going, what is that? Why do you have FUD on your shirt? Stuff like that.
We're looking for an artist for our NFT.
Yeah, our NFT. We've been putting out the word. We need the right artist for our little guy, which is a cool dude. So want to create that.
Well, I just want to thank you, and I think on behalf of everybody else. I mean, when I started looking at this as a concept, it was just blown away about how crypto can really you can reach out and touch it, like pretty walk off the street, learn about crypto, have it,
host an event in our place, come be a guest with your art in our places. Yeah.
You can collaborate. You can do all these other things. And I want to thank everyone here for just being here to hear this. And I want you to take these kind of ideas and just do something with them and make them happen for you. And so I just want to thank everyone here. I want to thank Micah, Ray, George, Ben. I want everyone, if you give them a big round of applause. I just appreciate this.
Thanks for having us.